Hello everyone and welcome. This is Carlito Fluito in another Sunday session for you, free group assistant for performing artists. And the topic of today, I'm going to tell you, is gonna change your life basically from now on, because we are going to learn finances 101. So if you are a person that struggles a lot with how to handle your own finances and you are very afraid of a spreadsheet, this session is going to be for you, right? We are going to learn how to crunch the numbers, and for that, I recommend you to have a notebook to take notes. And having said this, let's start with my story, with who I am. But as you already know, comparison is the censor of your own story. So I'm telling you this not to compare yourself with me, just to get to know each other a bit in depth. My name is Carlito Fluito, and I help performing artists to improve their well-being, and I help them with professional stability to achieve mental health and to grow in their artistic career. And you have this video on YouTube, which I invite you to look for. It is my CV in a small micro performance of physical theater presentation, and we're not going to see it now, but I fully invite you to go and take a look at it, right? And this is the beginning of Raining Rosas. This is the context of the pandemic in 2020, and this is how I started to create in physical theater and in micro performance. No, these small videos for performing artists that I was recording during the pandemic. Eventually, I wanted to do much more. Like after presenting different performances in Europe, I decided to go to Zambia, to Africa, and over there I was meeting different local artists, and I was learning how is the world of performing arts on developing countries, with the intention of building a center, a cultural center, a theater over there for running artistic residencies for European artists. And if you want to know more, there is this book as well that I published in December of 2021, where you can find much more information about not only my life, but also the existential questions of so many youngsters, like emerging adults, of our identity, who are we, our social relationships, if we are able to create and sustain social relationships, and finally about meaning of life, how to make our lives meaningful. Then I would like you to be a participant of this, not only a listener, so please go ahead and write who are you, what's your name, who are you watching this video from, and what do you dance, what do you practice, what are you passionate about, and what are your difficulties. Because if I found out that you have a special difficulty and you want a video about it, then I can film a session, a Sunday session, just for you, and then you can get some help in your problem, right? This is what we do at Raining Rosas. And if you want to share how you are feeling right now, then you can use this mood meter in the upper part if your body has a lot of energy, in the lower part if your body doesn't have so much energy, and in the right part if you are feeling good, and in the left if you are feeling not so good at the moment. And let's dive into the topic of today with a warm-up, which is going to be a story of bank accounts. So it reflects a bit about me. Like when I was living in Brussels in 2017, I remember that I was doing different jobs. I was working in a cafe, and then I was working as a dance teacher, and then I was doing as well yoga lessons, and then I was receiving some money from small gigs, like some promotion, and then later on I started receiving money from the university as well. So I was remembering that I had income from this side, and income from this side, and income from this side. So sometimes it was bank account transfers, sometimes it was cash, sometimes it was to one account, sometimes it was to another. So I remember that I was checking, all these incomes, like going in one place, another place, and it was a bit chaotic, right? And similar thing happened with the expenses, right? Like sometimes you pay with one credit card, or you pay with another credit card, or you pay in cash. And to me, it was a bit of a struggle, like how to handle all of this. Like, am I earning money? Am I losing money? Like I don't know at the end of the month if I was making money or losing money, or if I was saving or not, right? So if you are in this situation, for you today, this is going to be revolutionary, because we are going to fix it once and for all, and I'm going to offer you the tool that you need to handle these type of situations. because especially performing artists, many times you do a show, you do a performance, or you are taking classes here, or you're doing different jobs, and it's so good to have like a very clear structure of where the money is coming from and where the money is going to. Before that, we are going to start doing a game as we always do in Reading Rosas. So in Plain Camp, we are going to try some memory calculations, right? So if I ask you, what was the last time that you got paid? I can remember when, where, and how much, right? And now, when was the last time you spent any money? And I can remember when, where, and how much. I don't remember how much, for example, right? Because I pay with a credit card and then I didn't pay much attention to it. I have the ticket though. So what is the net result? So I know the net result is positive because I earn more than what I paid, but I don't know what, right? Okay, so do this exercise. And now let's go to the second. What was the last 3 times that you got paid? And I can remember. Okay, yeah, I can remember the 3 of them. And when, where, and how much. I do remember I need to do the sum of the 3 of them. Okay. Yeah. Okay, good. And now, what was the last 3 things that I spent money off? So you can also ask yourself when, where, and how much. I remember 2. I don't remember the third. Yeah, I remember the third. Okay. Okay, but I don't remember how much. I have the tickets, but I haven't entered them into the spreadsheet. And the net result I know is positive, so then that's good, but I don't know how much. And now let's go to do it even more interesting. Exactly 1 month ago, like 1 month ago, in February of 2022, what you got paid that day? What did I spend the money on, and what was the net result? And as you can imagine, I don't remember. I might have a vague idea of it, but if I ask exactly 6 months ago, like in, I guess, December, November, October, right. So October of 2022, a day like today, what I got paid, what did I spend, and net result. As you can imagine, this is very complicated. And if I ask you like 6 months ago, like your 3 previous expenses, it's gonna be like very unlikely that you remember all of this, right? And that's why we need to register. And that's what we are going to do today, because we cannot trust on our memory, we cannot trust on our gut feelings or our intuition with all these things, right? So it's so fundamental to have like an objective numerical register of what's going on. Yeah. And if you are like the person that likes to take notes on a paper, it's okay if that works for you. However, I recommend you to have a backup, a digital backup, either on the cloud, which I'm going to solve that problem for you today. But before that, let's do a quick meditation to reconnect with ourselves, with the essence of who we are. And in this case, we are going to reconnect with our valuable skills that we can monetize, and we are going to develop a bit of an abundance mindset, right? So I invite you to straight up your spine, roll back your shoulders, take a big breath in, and with the breath out, you can let your eyes close. Breathing in through the nose, hold it, relax your body, breathing out through the mouth, relaxing your body. Breathing in through the nose, breathing out, relaxing your mind. And breathing again, centering yourself, centering your attention, your being. Breathing out, relax. And now I invite you to bring to your mind some of the jobs that you have done, that you have had in your life. And think about what skills were into play in these different jobs. Was it a physical skill about your body? Maybe was a social skill about how you relate and how you communicate with people? Was it an intellectual skill about you knowing to do something? Or was information that you had some education and some learning, some expertise about something? Try to enumerate all these different skills, which can be many and from varied areas. Communicative skills, problem solving skills, emotional skills, negotiation skills, physical skills, intellectual skills. So feel in your body, feel in your mind all these skills, and then let the jobs go away, but you remain with the skills. And then notice how all these skills can solve problems for other people, and why people find valuable the things you do or how you do the things. And this value is what you can exchange for energy called money. Money is energy that is stored, that you can use in the future and that you can transform in different things. When you go to the supermarket and you buy food, you're transforming this energy into food. When you go to a store and you buy something, you transform this energy into the other things. So observe how you can transform all these skills that you have, and you can monetize all these skills, transform your skills into service, into a product, and people that find valuable what you do and how you do it, then they can give you part of their energy in the form of money, and then you can use the money to continue with your life, to keep on developing your skills, to keep on educating yourself, to enjoy life and to keep on growing, and realize how many skills you have, all this abundance of skills that you have. Then realize all the abundance of problems that you can solve, and how many people in the whole planet are looking for people like you to solve the problems. They are very willing to pay an abundant amount of money for solving this problem. Breathing deeply, feeling in your body, feeling in your mind, sensing this abundance of skills, this abundance of solutions and services, and this abundance of people looking for someone like you. Breathing deeply, feeling the abundance. Another big breath. Holding it for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathing out. Relax. Feeling safe. And again, breathing in. Holding it for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathing out. Feeling safe and abundant. And last, breathing in. Hold it for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, breathing out, letting your eyes open, connecting with the room, connecting with your body, connecting with yourself. If you want to and you need to, stop the video and write down the list of skills that came to your mind, and as well as the list of problems that you can solve, right? And where is that people, right? This is what we're going to learn in another session, because today we are focused on how to manage our finances. And that's how we are going to move to the theoretical part. And this book is a book that I'm actually reading right now, and I recommend you to take a look at it, and we are going to explain some of the concepts that are here, combined with other tools and other strategies that I have learned all over my path, right? So take a look to the book whenever you want. If you want to listen to a summary, it will be very enlightening. And basically, to make finances as simplest as possible, there's only two things, like the income, the money that is coming in, and the expenses, the money that is going out, right? So basics of finances is make your income as big as possible, make your expenses as little as possible, right? And then handle these two as best as you can. So the profit, which is what is left from the income when you take away the expenses, right? The profit is what you can use either for savings for the future, or you can use it to grow, right? To keep on developing these skills, or you can use it for experience in your life, right? To have like nice cafe latte, or to travel abroad to Thailand, whatever you want and need at the moment, as well as to contribution. This is another usage of money. So if you invest in yourself, it's a way of contributing, because later on you are going to give better services. But as well, you can donate the money, or you can use it for a non-profit to grow, for example, to grow a non-profit. So money is this energy, right? We don't need to have a lot of blockages about it. Money just comes and goes in life, and then it allows you to do things personally, and it allows other people, when you give it to them, to do other things. So it's like this form of physical energy, that sometimes we can touch, and it's also digital, that reflects the value that we are putting into society, and how much society at that moment is valuing the thing we are offering, right? So having said this, how can we put this more into a practical thing of our daily life? So tracking your budget, basically, this is the most simple thing you can do. You can do this on a paper, you can do this on a spreadsheet, right? So you put the income and the sources of your income, which I was mentioning before. For example, you might have a main job, which, for example, I was working on the university. You can have a side job when I was working on the cafe. And then I had classes. I was teaching kids some dance, also promotions. I was working for different brands, like doing some dance, and then performances. Sometimes I was performing as well, right? And the yoga classes. So every source of income, then I was receiving different amounts of the money, right? So at the end of the month, then you can make some estimations. Okay, I'm going to earn 500 from this, 300 from this. Normally classes, I can be earning this much, like 200 from this. Performances, 1 per month, 2 per month, then I might be earning 400. And then finally, the yoga classes, I might be earning 120, right? So then you can have like an estimation of how much income do you have, right? And then the outcome. So where are you spending the money? This is the expenses. So rent, the rent is this much. Food, approximately this much. The bills, electricity is this much. Water is this much. Phone and communications, the Wi-Fi, your mobile phone, right? And then if you like to go to bars, cafes, restaurants, if you like to buy clothes, then all of this is the way you are spending the money, right? So then you can make your budget, and then you can have an estimation. Okay, am I sustainable? Am I saving money at the end of the day? That's the question that we are going to solve later. And this is something that I found in this book, in Broke Millennial, which is very interesting and very recommendable, right? So from all your income, a good strategy for budgeting is to be conscious of your savings. So 50%, imagine that 50% you're going to spend on, let's say, living survival needs, which is like rent, food, bills, communication, and so on. And then the goal is to have an estimate of 30% just for savings, right? So this is money that you put in your bank and you don't touch, because later on it's gonna be very nice when you have some euros on the bank account, and then you can say, okay, now I can do big things, right? Or I can buy a trip to another place and you can travel more with ease of mind. Or maybe you want to purchase something that is more big or more meaningful. For example, something that costs, I don't know, some people buy cars, some people buy houses, some people buy like nice coats. For example, I like North Face. So if you know North Face, I like your brand a lot. Yes, if you are working for them. Or for emergencies, this is very important. Life is very unpredictable many times, so we don't know what's gonna happen, and it's good to have money if something happens, right? And for daily living, then you can save a 20% of your budget, of your income, and this you can use it for daily life, for things that you like, a treat or a cafe, a restaurant, or maybe you want to buy a new gadget or a shiny objects, right? Or some piece of cloth. And that's basically it, because now we are going to actually put the numbers, right? So this is the moment that we go full into the game and we start to do things properly. So what are you feeling? This is the first question, because if you are a performing artist and you are a creative person and you don't like too much structure, then you might feel this and you might start feeling like sensations on your body, like, wow, what is this? I don't understand this. This is scary. Maybe this is fearful. And I recommend you to take a big, deep breath. And relax and look at this with compassion. Like, okay, looks interesting. It's a tool, right? It's like you are looking at a hammer. So you don't need to use it. You can observe it, right? So just let's start observing this and thinking that, okay, there are some people that use it. Maybe it's not you. It's fine. No problem. So for a nice bookkeeping strategy, the best I can recommend is to track everything. So as we did in the exercise of the plane camp, what are you spending the money? What is the concept? Where are you spending it? Where is the shop? When are you spending it? And if it was necessary, yes or no, right? So then at the end of the month or at the end of your week or when you check your finances, then you can notice where you can save money, where you can cut off money, right? And also, if you are spending all the money in a specific shop and you want to stop spending that money, then you can avoid physically passing by that shop, which will save you a lot of money, right? Into spending things. And also what? As you will see on the spreadsheet, for example, for me, I like sweet things. So yeah, I like bonbon and chocolate and all this. So many occasions I know it's not the best, so then I try to avoid that specifically. And I have one specific column for chocolate, for example, or for sweets in the spreadsheet. So at the end of the month, I can see that, okay, there's not so much money that I put into this. So how are we going to do this? With the Raining Roses spreadsheet that I already prepared for you and that I have make it so much easier. So you can use this and you can enjoy it. You just need to put the numbers, right? So I have put all the days and then the income and then the expenses, right? So it's a day by day. So and then each column you have like different concepts. So as we were mentioning, so you might have your main job, your side job, your classes, your performances, your rehearsals, right? So then you can track all the money, and within each cell you can add also the shop if you want. The good thing of this is like if it's necessary or not, then you can add new columns, especially on the expenses, right? So in the expenses you can have like the rent, the electricity, the water, the communications, the Wi-Fi, the mobile phone, the food, and so on and so forth, right? So at the end, you can keep on adding new concepts of things that you think they are not so necessary and that you would like to cut off. And the magic of this is like you are going to have a summary of the year, and this is built automatically, okay? You don't have to do anything. So at the end of the month, let's see, so you are putting here each of the numbers, and then you make the spreadsheet is going to do automatically for you. You're going to have like a total calculation and then a total of the month, and then it's going to happen that on the year it's going to be reflected all these information, right? So I don't know now. So you can do it on your own, right? I recommend you that if you are somewhat good and familiar with it, you can try to do it in your own. I'm going to tell you that it it took me a bit of time, right? Or you can save hours of suffering for your life and hours of happiness. So now we come back to the money energy, and I think this is gonna be very good for you to check about how do you relate with money and how much you love yourself. So this is basically the question, like, do you love yourself 3 euros point 67 cents, right? And I choose this number because I know it's difficult to remember, but it's easy to register. So once you have the spreadsheet, it's gonna be very easy. So the question is, what do you value more? Do you value more your time and your struggle to to create a spreadsheet like this, or do you value more 3.67 euros, right? So this is think about money as an investment for your life, right? And I have prepared this video that you can see on YouTube, where you can see like how to use this spreadsheet, how to introduce the different values, and what is the final outcome. Okay, so it's a 10-minute video where I explain step by step how to use the spreadsheet. So, right, if you want to use this spreadsheet, you have a link on the description where you can find it, you can download it, you can find the instructions and how to copy it, right? So, it's your choice. And having said this, we move to consolidation, and for the weekly challenge, I'm going to invite you to make a budget as we saw, so have an estimation of the income and the expenses, to start tracking your expenses. It's fine if you don't want the Running Rosa spreadsheet, it's totally fine, but at least to start making the habit of collecting the tickets after you go paying and start writing them down. You can make it on a piece of paper, right? So at the beginning, just to create awareness of what's going on with the money. So at least do that. And if you want 367, you get the Raining Rosas spreadsheet, and it's going to be something extremely useful from the day of today to the day you move your consciousness to another body or experience or state. Having said this, the Raining Rosas helps and service, as you already know, will help you with professional stability, like a session of today, managing your finances. We help you with your mental health. A session of today is a lot of mental health as well. For many people, money is a lot of a struggle. And of course, your artistic growth. The more money you have, the more you can invest in going to different classes, different dancers, and to find out which direction do you want to grow. There is plenty of information in the Raining Rosas website, which I invite you to take a look at it, about group sessions, individual sessions, online courses. And as you already know, you have the spreadsheet there for you to help you in whatever the moment of your life that you are, right? And next session, having said this, we are going to talk about loneliness, okay? I know this is a problem that is very present in many people, especially in expats, right? As you might be an expat that you were living and studying in a country, and then you are now in another country doing higher education studies, or maybe working for another company, and sometimes it's tough. It happens with a lot of Southern European people that go to northern countries. So we are going to talk about loneliness, okay? It's something that I have suffered and something that I developed different strategies for. So we are going to work on your mental health with this mindset of altruistic abundance as well. Abundance, so important, right? And now it's your turn. So please, let me know which of your friends is struggling with finances, and please send him this video because it's going to help him so much, right? And of course, I'm doing these sessions every Sunday. You are very welcome to come, as well as any of your friends that might be interested in the topic of loneliness in the case of next session. Yeah. So any questions, you have the comment box to leave it. And if you want to leave feedback about how are these sessions for you, I'm super happy, and I always read it with so much love in my heart, right? And this is for you. This is the review. So here we have the summary of the month, next session, loneliness. And this is the table that I'm filling progressively, right? So you can remember everything that happened. Today we told the story of bank accounts. We were playing memory calculations. We connected with our abundance and our skills. On the theory, we learned about budget and saving. And finally, on the boot ground, I presented you the Raining Rosa spreadsheet that can solve so many financial problems of your life. Thank you very much. This was Carlito Fluito. That's everything from me. If you want to contact me, you can go to contact at Raining Rosas or at Raining Rosas in our account of Instagram. And thank you very much. And I wish you a very happy financial life from now on. Cheers.